Thank you, Rain. As I was saying, that is one of the oldest cutscenes I can remember as a kid, and to this day, it's still a really good one. It's like, pre-rendered graphics, to heck with that. It's still really freaking good. Like, you gotta admit, for the time, that's not bad. That was made 2000 tops. But enough gushing over animations for the moment. We are actually gonna take, as you can see, we're taking a dive back into Sonic's past. Specifically, the first time he ever appeared on a true 3D platform. Being what would be the Dreamcast, but since this is the director's cut, well, here's the thing. Some people have argued Dreamcast version, best version. I'm getting to that torch. Some people have made the argument that the Dreamcast version has better lighting, better textures, better graphics, but some people are arguing that the DX version has better models since the polygon count is higher and they actually look like Sonic in them and less chunky. So what I've gone and done here is I've merged the two packs. I'm playing the Dreamcast version with the DX models. Everyone looks like their DX lighting, or rather their DX models, but they have the Dreamcast lighting and textures. So, while Torch breaks into his world. So this is literally going to be a combination. I know. We'll get to Gamma, trust me. I'm looking forward to that. She goes cross-eyed every time she walks. Listen, I said I was playing with the textures. I didn't say I was working with the same positioning. Here's the thing. The modification pack I've added to this is literally Dreamcast 1-to-1 in every aspect, with the exception of the actual models. And apparently the text is clear. I don't remember adding that. So I can't really fix the Amy cross-eyed problem. Voices are actually supposedly pulled from the old Dreamcast version. Like I said, with the exception of the models, everything should be back to Dreamcast. You don't remember Chaos looking like this in the DX version, do you?
You are completely surrounded. Surrender yourself.
The beauty of Steam and the modding community, to whom I thank. Because now we have the... As Chaos was meant to be, less translucent. Exactly. He's not completely made of water.
Oh no! Our weapons are useless.
Oh,
Retreat.
where did that come from?
Fall back.
I heard like a roar in my ear. I never heard that before. That must have been part of the Dreamcast thing, because, you know, you don't wear headphones on the Dreamcast version. So as you can as I mentioned, Sonic looks less like plastic, more like Sonic, and his model actually looks less like just a bad chunk than he does, well, Sonic. So I'm pretty sure I've hit the nice middle ground here. Right, no Ancient Light yet. Now, I do plan on going through the whole thing and doing a 100% emblem run as much as possible. I just want to clarify one thing. I'm not doing the Shadow Garden. I don't have the time. I don't have time to sit here for 8 hours while the stupid thing evolves. I just don't. Ugh. Play that invisible piano. Like I said, I didn't fix the animations. Dean Bristow. May he rest in peace. Oh, he did such a good Eggman. And no disrespect to Mike Pollock, especially now, because, newsflash, people, I think Pollock's getting replaced. No more Eggman. I don't know what they're doing. I think they're subbing out the entire cast.
What? Tails? Watch out! You're gonna crash! Ah!
Mike's still in? I don't know. I think he's... I think his Twitter mentioned, like, he was complaining or something.
What am I gonna do with you?
He said something on his Twitter? Yeah, wasn't it that he was supposed to be replaced by, God, who was it? He said he was that people were rooting for someone else to take his place, and he was, like, not for it. Which, it makes it sound like if they're calling for replacements, he's on the list, isn't he? Or is that just theorizing? Yeah, you check into that. Now, you've noticed the spontaneously appearing NPCs. Monster appears, then a plane falls. Come here to relax. Unbelievable. Plane crash over at the beach. Hope the pilot's okay. Tails isn't Launchpad, but he'll live. Send it to my Discord. Alright. Brief minute to check on this. You know what they say, the more the merrier. You've not heard the last of me as Dr. Eggman and Sonic the Hedgehog video games. Kindly prepare your ears accordingly. If you guess otherwise, surprise. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to stock up on lozenges. Alright, so no disappearing Pollock. That's honestly, I'm glad. Like, he's still a great Eggman. Grab the spinning rings. Okay, Mr. Know-It-All here. Leave me alone. But Sonic, Tails, and Amy are gone. That much I know. Amy's gone too? Oh my god, who did they keep? Besides Mike. It's like everyone's gone. Alright, so as you can tell, as I mentioned, the lighting is in fact Dreamcast, and as are the textures. Because I remember what DX looked like before I added the texture pack, and the water didn't look half as good as this. Which is weird. You'd think with the director's cut they would have like kept the improved textures, but no. They actually went a step backwards in that regard. However, I'm not just going to say that this is an outright raw Dreamcast redo. There are a few extra things in here that were actually meant to be in the game, but were cut. And I learned this because I did a test run of Supersonic in here. And I heard some voice clips I'd never heard before. But we're going to save that for when we actually get to that point. No spoilers, of course. Whoops. This is not the route I usually take. I messed up. Oh, well, whatever. I make it work. God, playing this brings me back to my old days of modding this game. And I say modding in very light quotation marks. Like, I'd edit the texture packs, like the actual textures, and like, I'd make Metal Sonic look like Supersonic, because at the time, like, there was no actual mod to play as Supersonic in-game, and that was the closest I could do.
Yes. Yeah, not bad.
Whoa. Were you supposed to move? Because I don't think you were supposed to move.
Hey, Sonic! Long time no see, huh?
I'm just glad you're okay.
Oh, Ryan Drummond.
What happened anyway? You're too good of a pilot to just crash like that.
Derp.
That was a test run using a new prototype propulsion system.
No derps here, Doc. Everything should be in line.
Why not just use my...
I've been testing this for a bit. I was actually going to do this before the Puyo Puyo Tetris, but I wanted to make sure everything was stable.
Whoa! A Chaos Emerald!
Yep, I just happened to find one of the Southern Emeralds during one of my test fights. This thing's got unlimited power, you know.
Herp,
So I
derp,
figured,
and skirp.
why not use it to power my plane?
You forgot Merp.
Supercharge. You gotta come over to my workshop,
Blurp.
Sonic. I've got something I've gotta show you. It's in the Mystic Ruins.
One thing at a time, Doc.
Let's go.
Tell you what, if I don't have the time to finish a full-on story tonight, I might jump to that just for the fun of it. Of course, I'm gonna need you or Zale for that, because I don't want to go in alone on that front. Speaking of showing things off, I do actually, we're gonna take a brief, in terms of the VOD, we're gonna pause here for a second. Oh, right. I went the complete wrong way, but I remember this staircase. Yes, Rain, kaboom. I remember a long time ago when I first saw this game, a bit of story time, just for fun. The first time I ever played this, my brother borrowed it from a friend, at the time a friend, who he used to play, like, Little League Baseball with, and for the life of us, we could not figure out what was in that room. Us being the dumb kids we were, did not know that this Trail of Rings actually was usable. So what we went and did, constantly, we didn't have the necessary ability to get in there yet. So what we went and did for literal hours was step on the button, go over to the stairs, and try and spin dash over the railing until the door shut. We did that for hours, and we could never figure out why it wouldn't work. It was just, now that I look back at it, it's like, what in the world were we thinking?
The train headed for the Mystic Ruins.
The answer? We weren't. There was no thought process at all, because it's like, we were actually insane. We were doing the same thing over and over. So what was there? You don't have the power yet. No, I still don't have the power yet. I'll show you when we get there. Like, I will get there in this run. But it was... I just thought that was a fun bit of Starhog history.
I am Dr. Robotnik, the greatest scientific genius in the world.
Whatever you say, Eggman.
Enough! I've got big plans, and now I'm gonna put them to work.
You're always up to no good. Now what do you want?
I want all of the Chaos Emeralds. Better not interfere, or else.
Oh, Dean Bristow, you did so well.
Or else I'll take them from you by force, the hard way.
What makes me sad is that Dean Bristow is not the only one on this cast who we'll never hear from again. I'm gonna put you in the background as I'm writing for the next chapter of my story. Hey, whether you're chatting or lurking, listen, any support is usable. Sharing, chatting, lurking, everything helps. And if you're gonna lurk, by all means, please do so. It gives me the help. What the heck? And Doc is hosting the stream with the viewer. Thank you, Doc. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a giant mech to beat up. And for the record, yes, this is technically a speedrunner strat here. Of course, it doesn't help with the fight, because he has to get down here first. Maybe I better stop. I'm gonna make people motion sick at this rate.
All systems, full. He's not gonna get away with this.
Hey, when you're going that fast... That's right, I did do a few... I did a few speedrun attempts of the second game. This one, actually, I never tried. Mostly for the fact that this one is actually... I guess in my book, a little harder to do. Seeing as how it's like this type of frame perfect stuff, because you can actually, doing this, go up pieces of architecture you really shouldn't. And I have yet to learn all of the delicate intricacies of where is up and where is not up.
Well, that wasn't so hard.
Aha!
Oh no!
Yoink! They still haven't fixed the Emerald Yo-Yo problem, though.
Chaos?
Honestly, I'm starting to think they might have fixed that problem if I had activated the, because I had the option to put the models in, but I didn't want to because I thought the DX models looked better. In hindsight, I'm starting to wonder now what would have happened if I did put the models in. I'll test that out when I'm finished with the run.
It's just as the stone tablets predicted. His strength increases every time I feed him a Chaos Emerald.
He also gets bones.
7 emeralds in him. He'll be invincible and work for me.
just a quick question. Wouldn't it just be easier to find a patch of land that doesn't have, like, a population on it and just do that instead? Like, honest to God.
Sonic! We can't let him get away with this, can we?
No way, Tails.
Without more emeralds, the monster can't transform. So, it's up to us to get the emeralds before Eggman does, huh?
Alright, now, if I'm right, workshop. Ah, right, Windstone. Which also brings us to, besides the fact that Sonic is 3D at this point, because during this time period, he only had the 2D games. This also brings us to another trope that Sonic is known for, but we'll get there in a second. Let's see if I can get across this bridge without it breaking. Got it. And this is the first time Sonic is sucked into a tornado, but if Sonic shuffles anything to go off of, not the last.
Jump on panel number 1. It will take you to panels 2 and 3. Jump as soon as you land on a panel or else you'll fall.
Thank you, it's a call. Alright, now here's the first example of a remixed song. This is another Sonic trope that happened during this game. They started remixing the music. For those of you who remember the visual train wreck that was Sonic 3D Blast, this is actually the first stage of the game's music. Modernized, I suppose the word would be. Oh no. That didn't just happen. I'm gonna start taking the blowy-uppy approach if that happens again. If only Tails could going. Hey, I didn't do it. No. Well, at least it won't happen the same way twice. Because, of course, I can't promise... Try again? Let's go. Ah, it's the streamer's curse. Things that have never happened to me before are happening. There it goes. At least I didn't miss the spring. Can you imagine just getting yeeted to infinity and beyond? Oh boy. The answer is probably yes, you could, and I'm surprised it did not happen, but I'm just gonna run with it. Don't you mean spin with it? Wouldn't roll with it be better, Doc, if you're gonna go for that? And Tails trying to steal my camera time. As he casually slides across the ground.
Yeah.